doing? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Smooth.
Also coming off last week's short week, what was kind of the, when you reflect on, what was kind of the process going through that in a short week and ready for a game?
Yeah, I mean, the turnaround is a lot faster than we want, but I'm glad how we responded, especially with how our bodies felt last week. And on a short week, I'm glad we were able to effectively practice and get our reps in and at the end come out with the win.
How'd you feel about the turnaround that you guys made at the end of the first half, going into halftime, scoring 2 quick touchdowns to tie the game up? What'd you make of the way the offense kind of played through that last 5 minutes of the half?
Yeah, I think we did an awesome job with the middle eight. Coach Dilly made a great deal about it a couple of weeks ago, talking about the middle eight. And I feel like going into the half, we're down 2 touchdowns. And to be able to score that quick and kind of even out the game coming out of half was really awesome for us. I know our defense stepped up when they needed to, and we also stepped up when we needed to. So I feel like playing complementary football really helped us in that game.
It was pretty obvious that after a Mississippi State game that Texas State was trying to stack the box more against the running for you guys. How'd you make of that battle and trying to do the most that you could against a pretty packed up defensive line?
Yeah, I feel like we also had a tough time communicating. It was our first away game, and some of the communication pieces went missing in that game. So I feel like that's kind of what the emphasis is this week of communicating, especially when in a loud environment. I feel like practicing in the bubble with all the noise really helps us, especially going into another away game. So I feel like that's what we kind of got to work on this week.
What do you think that was with the communication? Why do you think it was off?
I think it was just noise. Our first time in an away game. It's kind of the jitters kick in, and it's not in your normal, comfortable environment anymore. So I feel like now we've adapted to the noise, practiced with the noise a lot better. I think we're able to communicate more effectively on the offensive line and also to the quarterback. So I feel like we're doing a really good job of that.
Texas Tech's likely to be louder, so how do you guys feel like you can improve on that?
Yeah, I feel like we just got to continue to do what we do. I know that we can only practice so much with the noise, but I think we're prepared and I think we're ready for whatever comes on Saturday.
It seems that when you guys walked off the field in San Marcos, you guys were both joyous, but also at the same time just exhausted. It was 2 games in 5 days. Scott just told us that this is probably the best Tuesday practice he's felt since fall camp. Do you agree with that sentiment that the time off was worth it necessarily to just get your fresh legs back?
Yeah, I think so. I think the offensive line, really needed that. I think we're kind of down a little bit, but having Sean back and all those guys come back a lot healthier, I think it helped us in the back end. I know it kind of sucked in the front end where we have the short week of practice, but I think eventually getting the win, it really paid off for having us having those 4 days off.
In terms of Texas Tech, they have the bare front. Sometimes they're going in 3 fronts, very versatile in that sense. How do you guys, plan to work on that? Especially like you said, the communication is key for them. How do you plan to work against those defensive fronts?
Yeah, again, it starts with me. I got to communicate the front and get everybody on the same page, especially with the quarterbacks and the running backs and the protection. So eventually, I got to do a better job of communicating and being louder, especially when it gets to the third downs and when it gets to the super loud moments. I got to be able to demonstrably communicate to all the other offensive lines. So I feel like with the bubble, again, we do a really good job of communicating in those types of environments.
What have been some of the challenges with just facing different fronts? Mississippi State, 3-man front, and Texas State, a little bit bare and 4-down linemen, and Texas Tech has kind of shown a variety of 3-down linemen, 4-down linemen. So what have been some of the challenges within the unit and the room, and just preparing for all the different looks that can be coming at you guys?
Yeah. So again, it comes back to the communication piece. So it starts with me. Because if I don't communicate to the rest of the line doesn't know what they're doing. So I got to do a better job of communicating what the front is, especially what you're saying, the odd. They stem a lot, so it's going to be even a lot more emphasis on the communication piece, especially when we get to third down. When it gets to the loud moments, we have to be on the same page. So I feel like, again, with the bubble, loud noise, it helps us coming into Saturday.
What'd you make of Sam's performance and obviously his ability to step up in some difficult moments for you guys as well, and then you working hand in hand with him, and how that relationship's kind of grown and you've been able to help him out along the way too?
Yeah, I think we're doing a really great job. Me and Sam has always been on the same page, although we didn't really start on the same page in the spring. But eventually we came around. I feel like Sam has done a really great job of leading the offense, done a really great job of hyping guys up and getting guys going when we need to go. And I feel like he covered for us on the Texas State game, airing it out and doing what he does, and I feel like if the offensive line can give him time and when he's comfortable back there, he can make some plays. So I feel like Sam is doing a really good job. His growth from when he first came in to where he is now is just a crazy amount of growth.
Is there one particular aspect of his skill set that's impressed you so far or surprised you in any way?
Yeah, I think his leadership and his vocal leadership. He's very vocal, he's very passionate and very emotional when it comes to the leadership role. And I feel like he handles the waves of emotion pretty well. He's never too high, never too low, but also keeps the same energy throughout the whole entire practice and even in the game. And you can see that when we take the huddle and stuff like that. He does a really great job of staying the same person throughout the whole game.
What does it mean to you? I don't know. I'm sorry if you were asked this before, but the sense of playing an historic game Saturday, the first ever Big 12 game in Arizona State history.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. You know, it's a good, awesome opportunity for the program. You know, I know the guys are fired up for it. You know, coming off a really big win off Texas State, and I think that we're super excited and we're really passionate about what we do here. So I feel like the guys are ready to go this upcoming Saturday.
And confident too, I would think.
Yeah.
That must be growing week by week, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, especially with the 4 days off, you know, kind of kicking our feet up and watching all the other teams on Saturday. Kind of gives us more time to rest. And I feel like kind of see what the upcoming opponents are in the near future. So I feel like all the guys with the time off, we took advantage of it, and I think we're ready to go this weekend.
What are you seeing on film?
Last question, guys.
From Texas Tech's defensive front. Like, what do you kind of see from them, the pressure and the stunts that they will throw at you guys?
Yeah, I think they're a really stout front. I feel like their best unit is the defensive line and really their front seven. I feel like they're really sound front. They don't really hop in and out of the gaps, but they're also really stout and really firm up front. So I feel like we got a really big test for us on the offensive line this week.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.